I told you, I told you that this was going to be a hard fought one here. I knew that this was going to come down to the wire and be a nail biter. However, I also predicted that the Saints was also going to pull this off. So I'm glad about that. So let's get into the video. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your boy O. Today will be the Saints versus Falcons Week 1 recap, and also how I feel about the New Orleans Saints going forward. Before we get into that, though, do your homeboy O a favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload videos on this channel as well. Now, look, everyone out there was kind of losing faith in the Who Dat Nation, and I would say at one point in time, I was saying to myself, the Saints are not doing the right play calling. They're going to lose this game simply because they're not calling the offense to play until Jameis Winston screams. Right? And I saw that through the first 3 quarters. I said, man, look, if we can't get it together, we're going to lose this game. We got to do the play calling to play into Jameis Winston screams, much like Sean Payton did. And lo and behold, the first half was dreadful for the Who Dat Nation, but the second half was very what we are used to. You know what I mean? Like, we're used to what we saw in that end of the fourth to the third, the end of the third to the fourth quarter, right? That's what we're used to for the Who Dat Nation, right? We are used to that kind of gameplay coming from a quarterback. Now, I told you Jameis Winston could definitely be the guy. The Saints has improved to 6-2 under Jameis Winston as a starter. Previously, it was 5-2. Now they're 6-2. And get this, out of those 8 games, Jameis Winston has only thrown 2 interceptions. Now look, let's go ahead and get to the numbers of Jameis Winston's and also the top receivers and also the top running backs of the game. Now look, Jameis Winston, who I feel is the MVP of the game, 23 out of 34. He completed 67% of his passes. He was 269 yards in the air, 7.9 yards average, which is sort of the same in the line of kind of what Drew Brees was at. 2 touchdowns and no INTs, no turnovers, although he was sacked 4 times. I would say the 111 quarterback rating for Jameis Winston is warranted, and the dude did a very good job under distress through the mass of the third 3 quarters. 4 quarters, he came out there perfect, throwing touchdown passes, throwing deep passes, the thing that you would hope that Jameis Winston would do. Now, next up would be the star wide receiver, and that would be the homeboy Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry had 9 targets for 7 attempts with 114 yards. Closest to him would be Michael Thomas with 8 targets for 5 receptions, 57 yards, 16.3 average, 11.4 average, and 2 touchdowns. Man, look, lead rusher, Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill just literally came out there and ran for 90 yards. Straight up. 2 plays. 2 plays. Now, I would say we had some very questionable play calling, like that 2-point conversion. It should have been Taysom Hill. However, I'm not going to dog the team like that for the first game of the season. Now, if they keep going with that all through the season, it's going to cost us some games. However, right now, let's celebrate this comeback victory and understand that we just put the Falcons to sleep. Our divisional rival. First game of the season, and that's despite the fact that the Saints has been 7-1 against the Falcons in season openers, right? So now they're 7-2. Jameis Winston had a terrible record against Marcus Mariota, but I think this is the start of the rivalry between them two, and it's going to be very fun to see what the future holds for these 2 teams. Although I would say I feel that the Saints, and my prediction of their record of 14-3 is definitely could be on the table. And don't forget, I say worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, 12-5. The Saints are going to win a lot of games, especially if they cut Jameis Winston loose. Speaking of that, because all through this game, I was criticizing the play calling. I say they need to scratch the field out for Jameis Winston. The moment they cut Jameis Winston loose was the moment this team woke up. So from now on, the Who Dat Nation, we need to start tweeting and writing #cut Winston loose. Because when you cut Winston loose, you definitely can see you end up with good results. So Go on and talk about the damn game in the comments below and tell me who you think the Saints will be at about mid-season in the comments below. And don't forget, your boy O from the Who Dat Nation is straight from New Orleans. Recording this right now from the hometown. About to go celebrate and eat me some smoked ribs.